Hello and welcome to Grim Survival. I think I'm live now, so hello and welcome to Grim Survival. That thing's lagging a little bit on my screen, and I have messages and such. So yeah, hello John from Prepper Nation. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. Before I get to talking about explosions in Nashville, I have three very important things to go over really quickly. This was a suggestion by somebody, and I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I had to go ahead and make it up. So I hope everybody can hear me. Yeah, hope so. Yeah, I like all the blue wrenches. That's fun. That means nobody can get in trouble. Troll patrol. All right, the three very important things I have to go over really quickly is the rules of Grimm. There are three very important rules of Grimm that everyone needs to just adhere to, otherwise mass panic and chaos will happen. The first rule of Grimm is never expose a Grimm to a shot, especially a random one given by a government. Okay, so that's the first rule of a Grimm. Second rule of Grimm is do not let it come in contact with any leftist groups or left type groups because, we all know what will happen there. And above all, the number one rule of Grimm is never give it coffee after midnight. Doing any one of these things will turn your Grimm into a gremlin, and your gremlin will then wreak havoc throughout your house and your neighborhood. So I highly advise you to not do any of these things. Okay, so that being said, uh, so explosions in Nashville. This is not what I wanted to talk about today. Merry Christmas, Sean. Merry Christmas, Lone Wolf, Klingon Princess, Sean, Irish Terrier, Homestead Oss in the house really early in the morning for them. I'm glad the dogs woke you up too, so you can come and say hi. Penny D, Merry Christmas, and anyone else who's still here. I don't know if anybody else is still here because, so for anybody who didn't hear about 6 o'clock this morning, I think is what it said. Let me pull up and see if I can get the time right on this thing. I think I had it over here on this screen. Yeah, I think it was about 6 a.m. this morning. An explosion happened in Nashville, right outside of an AT&T building, just before 6 a.m. It says. Early reports are saying that somebody did it on purpose. It was a device set off from a vehicle. Police and firefighters responded to the area around 6:30 a.m. So just before 6 a.m., something blew up. Just around 6:30, the first responders showed up. Thanks, guys. They were sleeping in, having a good nap. You don't want anybody to have to work on a holiday. You really don't, and that includes your police and firefighters. But somebody has to do it, right? So I'm glad they got there. That's interesting. James Hoggle, how's it going? Merry Christmas. So, there's not much information on it. They're reporting that there was a firefight, a fight going on just before the bomb went off. But hey, nobody really has a lot of information on it currently. That's not a good thing. I will say that from the report I'm reading, 3 people were injured, nobody died. So that's the good thing. That is the good thing. So the bombs are exploding. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. And I've been saying this for quite a while. We're going to start seeing increasing amounts of violence, and we are. It's getting worse. And there's a lot of reasons for that. You can go into psychological aspects of people being locked in their homes, not being able to see their families, things like this. You can go into things about people getting very desperate, not having enough food, not having enough supplies for their homes. Yesterday, I believe it was early morning yesterday, near me in a very small town, very rural area, there was a shooting where 2 people did not survive. One was severely injured. This happened at a convenience store. Reasons unknown. Suspect not found. So, I mean, this is a psychological thing. People are being locked in their homes. People are getting very, very desperate. I mean, people are still losing their jobs, losing their businesses. Unemployment has been cut off. Even though they are trying to pass the new stimulus, unemployment has been cut off. So, there's a lot of people, including myself, no longer getting unemployment. And it's going to make people very desperate. For anybody who doesn't know, the government has postponed any stimulus. They are still in negotiations about it. From the reports I've seen coming from the president himself and various other sources, they were trying to give so much money to people overseas. They just one thing in particular, they were going to give $100 million to somebody to go count fish in the ocean. That's just one thing. They were planning on giving illegals, people illegally in the United States, they were planning on giving them 4,000 while giving everyone else 600. And yeah, president said no. So I'll wait because he's trying to push it up to where everyone's getting $2,000 instead of 600. So we'll just see how that works out for everyone if it ever happens. I would not hold my breath on any of it if I were you. Do not rely on this at all. Just keep prepping, keep stocking food, keep stacking it to the moon. If you guys seen that video this morning, stack it to the moon. So yeah, I agree. We should try at least, right? Yeah, I agree. I think as long as we are not getting what they are promising us, even though I don't know, I wouldn't say that we are owed it, but you can look at an aspect where we are. I definitely agree that with the amount that we're taxed and the things they take from us, they do owe us something. I agree with that completely. But yeah, with the amount that they're not giving us and the things they're not doing for us, why are they still getting paid? Because they're not doing their jobs. And if I go to work and I just sit there and play on my phone and I don't do my job, do I get paid? Well, probably not for very long. I probably get fired for that. But, the government does it every week. They do it every week. They don't do anything and they still get paid for it. So I think we should definitely reduce them to minimum wage and then dock their pay until they get things done. But hey, I'm not in charge, so I don't get to make that choice. It's a good thing I'm not in charge because there would be a lot of changes and I'm not sure everyone would like them. I'm really not sure. I would implement lots of changes, but I don't have nearly enough money or popularity to even attempt to run for any type of office, more or less that one. So yeah, were. Yeah, I agree, Hutch. I really do agree. They were planning on sending all kinds of, hundreds of millions of dollars overseas to various countries that don't like us, countries that just don't like us. Gray Man Prepping, thanks for stopping by and Merry Christmas. Yeah, we're hoping it stays merry. Anyone not in the Nashville area is probably having a better Christmas than those who were in anywhere near the explosion that happened. 500 a week COVID payment here for anyone out of work. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. We were reduced to 300. It was originally 600 and then we were reduced to 300 for unemployment and now they've completely cut it off. I think either today or tomorrow was the cutoff date. So yeah, don't expect it to be re-implemented anytime this year. Hopefully by January. Hopefully, but we don't know. We just don't know. Pelosi should receive a lot of things, not a check, but a lot of things. I can think of a few things. They're about 9 millimeter in diameter, and yeah, or about that thick and tied in a certain way. If you get my meaning there. Oh yeah, definitely. If anybody is receiving unemployment, keep filing your claim because there's a chance if it does pass that they will have to do what they did last time and back pay that. That would be good when that happens. Although in the short term, it's really not going to help anybody. It's not going to help anybody at all. There's going to be continuing amounts of violence caused by desperation, in my opinion. And we're already seeing it all over the country. We've seen it even in rural areas. We've seen it in cities. We've seen it at grocery stores, convenience stores, anywhere where food is had, or on the other side of that, where people think they can grab a few quick electronics and smash some windows and stuff like that. So yeah, I agree. Use a rope. Ropes are cheaper. You can get ropes a lot cheaper than you can get anything else right now. So yeah. Food banks are already breaking in my area. Food banks have run out. There's a lot of them that just don't have anything. Without any kind of donations coming in, people just can't afford a donation. They can't even buy an extra can to give to, the local food bank when they can barely afford that one can for their own family. So food banks, we reported in August, I think it was, they were going to be, over 1 billion meals short by this time. And we're seeing that now. So there are a lot of very homeless people, a lot of people that did not expect to be homeless that are also very hungry. Uh, very hungry. So yeah, it's just not good. It's not good at all. And yeah, stack it to the moon. That was funny. Stack it to the moon. I agree. If only we could. Well, if you can't stack it to the moon, I guess the other suggestion was cut the ceiling out of your out of your house and stack it to the rafters, literally. So that would work out too for some people. Not sure how well your house would be insulated if you're in a cold area if you do such things, but hey, do what you got to do, right? Bucket sweaters. Yeah, that was funny too. Just get it a coat or a jacket. That's what she said. Get it a jacket. That was funny. Merry Christmas, everyone. Oh, yeah. Coffee. Coffee. Yeah, we got to have our Christmas coffee. Anybody who doesn't have Christmas for coffee or coffee for Christmas, I said that backwards. Anybody who doesn't have coffee for Christmas, I feel sorry for you. You should definitely have coffee for Christmas and chocolate. I have some chocolate sitting over there. I'm going to have some chocolate after I get done with this live stream because it's messy. So, yeah, it's got caramel in the middle of it. Well, yeah, I don't like Bud Light, but, a Christmas beer isn't a bad idea, but maybe a little bit later. Just a little bit. It's only noon in my particular area, and yeah, maybe a little later. I did acquire one of these. I had found it in a box. This is obviously a mug, a big beer mug. I plan to put it in the freezer, make it nice and frosty, and probably have one of those a little later. Yeah. Coffee, I don't remember what kind of coffee I have. Vista coffee is what it's called. I still have the bag sitting over there because I made the coffee at the desk again. I keep making coffee at the desk because this is where I'm sitting, about 80% of my day. I've been trying to do a morning workout routine. Didn't work out too well today, but yeah, morning workout routine. I've been conferring with Angry Prepper about workout routines. So yeah, he's an expert on that particular topic. Him and Canadian Prepper. Who would like to see Angry Prepper and Canadian Prepper have an arm wrestling match? Because I think that would be awesome. I'd love to see it. Somebody should set that up for them. Get them somehow together. Make them arm wrestle. Just because, right? Yeah, that would be funny. I would find that highly entertaining. For anybody who doesn't know, Canadian Prepper is also very big into fitness. Not a little guy whatsoever. Angry Prepper, obviously, not a little guy either. Yeah, I think CP would lose too. Canadian Prepper, I think he would lose. I agree. I'm just because Jason just looks way bigger. He just looks way bigger. Angry and Bear arm wrestling, though, that would be good. Somebody should challenge them to that when they do their live stream together. For those of you who don't know, Bear Independent's going to be on the Angry Prepper channel. I don't know exactly when. I think it's coming up really soon. Yeah, I would like to see that too. Bear and Jason just going at it with an arm wrestle. So yeah, that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. Good morning, everyone. If it's still morning your time, it is afternoon my time, currently 12:13 p.m. And Merry Christmas to everyone. I was just talking about the bombing that happened in Nashville. Not a good thing to wake up to for anyone in the area or for anyone that reads the news. I didn't read it until Hutch told me about it here in the live stream. So I didn't know because I don't like news. So news is bad. I haven't found any good news yet. I'm scrolling through the Google News thing for some odd reason. I don't know why. And there's nothing good on here at all. Russian police raid a home of opposition activists. Who cares? I mean, the Pope says vax for everybody, especially those most vulnerable and needy. I think he should take it first. Thanks, Pope. Catholics. Why? Why, Pope? Why do you think so? I don't get it. So in Korea, they've made an artificial sun, and it sets a new world record of 20 seconds long, operating at 100 million degrees. So they're attempting to destroy the planet. That's awesome. Thanks, Korea. We appreciate that. Why are we building artificial suns in a lab? Anybody know why we're building artificial suns in a lab? Is it for power usage? Are they trying to make fusion energy? I mean, that's the only thing I could think of, but side effects of that could obviously be bad. Um, isn't when a star collapses, it creates a black hole, right? So, what happens if they accidentally collapse a star in on itself that they've made in a lab for 20 seconds and it creates a micro black hole in the middle of their lab? I mean, that couldn't be good at all, could it? That really would be bad, in my opinion. Uh, yeah. Very bad. Fusion. That's what they're trying to make. Fusion. Free energy for themselves. China is making a food plot larger than Ireland. They need it. They need it. They're having more food problems than we are over here in the United States for sure. I think everyone should be doing such things. Everyone. I think you should be making a food plot in your own basement if you have a basement, or in a shed if you have a way to heat it, or build a greenhouse and keep it heated and just start planting now. I mean, right in the middle of winter, right now. Now's a good time for it. I agree. Yeah, food, stack it to the moon. Yeah, it could very well bite us all there, Joe. All of us. Making artificial suns could just not be good, not for the entire population. It could, yeah, that's just bad. That's a bad idea, in my opinion. Bad idea. I mean, if you're going to make an artificial star or sun, do it in space. I mean, that's where they belong, correct? I mean, test that kind of thing away from the planet. Go out somewhere by the moon somewhere. Blow the moon up. Well, no, that would be bad also. They blow the moon up, pretty much would wipe out all life on Earth. But yeah, anyway, astronomy. I'm a novice in astronomy and the workings of the solar system. So I do pay attention to it a little bit. Homestead Austin, you got to go. Good night again. Hope you get some more sleep. 3:30 in the morning, you said it was? Yeah. Too early to be watching Grim drink coffee. Coffee. Never feed a Grim coffee after midnight. It will turn into a gremlin. Trust in God first. I don't have any coal. I don't. Well, unless I got some left over in my grill from that last time I grilled. But no, don't have any coal. I did get a gift. I don't have it here to show you, but my gift was a Monopoly game, Star Wars themed Monopoly. I like Monopoly. I like chess, checkers, a little bit backgammon. I like that too. But yeah, Monopoly I've always found fun, and I got a Star Wars version of Monopoly, which has Baby Yoda all over it, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I'll play it. Why not? Kids will like it. So, what did everyone get for their gifts this morning? Anybody got some gifts to share? I'm sure at least one person got coal, right? At least one person has to have gotten coal. Not everyone was good this year. I know I wasn't that good this year. I've been a bad Grim. I keep trying to get banned, speaking out against certain things. So, a shiny new grinder. I like grinders. I like coffee grinders, but I'm pretty sure yours isn't for coffee. So, yeah, how shiny was it? Was it silver or gold? Yep, Monopoly is the source of a good family fight. If you're not fighting over Monopoly, then you're not playing it right. That's just my opinion. Yep, that is definitely my opinion on Monopoly. It can still be a lot of fun though. So yeah. Uh, Messages are automatically being held for reviews. Full of hope in the house. Merry Christmas. Hope you're not drinking coffee after midnight. So yeah, I hope everybody got some really interesting gifts. I will probably push this live stream for about an hour. We're about 20 minutes into it, and then I definitely have some things to attend to as usual. So a digital coffee pot. I had gotten a gift in, I think it was 2018, from the company I worked for. I worked for Ryder Transportation, and they had given they were having a raffle, or not a raffle, a drawing is what it was. They just put everybody's name and they drew gifts. And what I had won was a industrial business version of a Keurig coffee maker that I never use. I still have it, but I never use it. every now and then somebody will use it. They'll put like one of those little cups of espresso or latte flavored junk in there. And yeah, this is black coffee from a French press, and that's really all I drink. Every now and then, very seldom, I'll have a latte from someplace out, but that's only because I don't like their coffee, so I have to flavor it. What is it? Stiffy's restaurant in Longview, Washington. The man is a patriot and he is fighting to stay open. I wish I could order some food from him. I really do. I wonder if he'll mail it to me. So yeah, everyone please support Stiffy's. I don't like to say that. Why does that not sound right? I think you did that to me on purpose. Stiffy's restaurant. This live stream is going into the gutter after that comment. It really is. I'm just not even going to say anything else and let you guys take it from here. Kevin, good job on quit drinking. I mean, drinking can be very bad for certain people. It can very well be. I mean, if you overdo it, for sure. I have a certain member of my family who is badly in need of stopping because he is, he's gone. And he's not even the same person anymore. And yeah, I don't want anything to do with him for that particular reason. So yeah. Nice. I like getting a 30-06 for your 15-year-old. That's awesome. That's often. Are you planning on doing some hunting with it? I mean, in my state, the season doesn't end until about mid-January for deer season. And then I think early spring is when turkey season starts up. Hopefully I'll get a stimulus check. I'll have a crossbow before turkey season. I will go do some turkey hunting. I like turkey hunting. I've been one time before. Didn't get anything. One time. I think you got to get some specialized equipment. You need like a blind. You need some decoys. Maybe. Not necessarily always. I've seen turkey running across the side of the road, and if I just aim my tires properly, but apparently that's frowned upon in my state. So it's Spiffies. Thank you for correcting that. It's not Stiffies, it's Spiffies. I'm glad you corrected that for me because that wasn't working out too well. It really wasn't. Hey, we got 79 people in the chat right now. I only got 39 thumbs up. Here, let me go give myself one just so I can set a good example. I know I got messages. Why am I reading messages? No, don't send me that message. I don't need that message. That's not a good message. I'm not reading that message. It's really not a good message. So yeah, there we go. I gave myself a like. That's awesome. Yep. Only when Prepper Nation comes in. I knew it was coming. 21 million new firearms sold in 2020, up 72%. Well, you got to thank the government. I mean, they have sold more than any other time of the year or any other source. I mean, even the firearms companies themselves could not advertise as well as the government. They couldn't do it. But I read something rather interesting. I want to try to find it really quickly. I'm going to try to find it. If I don't find it, oops. But yeah, just trying on my phone if I can remember where the buttons are. It was rather entertaining in my opinion, and I can't remember exactly what it said, so I can't, try to give you off the top of my head what it said, but I'm going to try. I kind of can remember it, so yeah, let me see if I can find it anyway. If I'm hitting the wrong button on my phone. I'm trying to do this with one hand off the camera, and I'm just hitting the wrong button, and that's not working out very well whatsoever. Let's see, the group. I know I have a group here somewhere. There it is. There's a lot of stuff in there, so it might take a minute. Yeah, there's a lot of bad news in there too. Where did it go? Yeah, well, it's around here somewhere. I know it's around here somewhere. All right, I'll probably just have to tell you what it said from memory. Hopefully not. Basically, it was just before the $600 stimulus was announced. Somebody had posted. Yeah, that one was fun. I should show you guys that one, but I'm not going to because that's bad. Anyway, just after the stimulus check was announced, when everyone thought they were still getting $600, somebody had posted that the government's basically cutting off food stamps, cutting off unemployment, and kicking a lot of people out of their homes, making them very desperate, and then giving them $600, which is just the amount they need to buy a firearm. Good job. Joe, what happened in Nashville at 6 something a.m. or just before 6 a.m. this morning? A bomb was detonated right outside of an AT&T building. 3 people were injured, nobody killed. Nobody knows exactly who set it off. From what I was reading, there was a firefight with, the pew pews firefight heard just before that happened. So, yeah, currently there's not a lot of information on it. And, yeah, that's what we know so far. Nancy, from what I read, the explosion actually happened just before 6 a.m. and first responders showed up at 6:30 a.m. So, yeah, they were not quite awake yet. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't hear about it until Hutch Homestead had told me about it, which is a very good channel. Everyone should go over and subscribe to Hutch for sure. Hutch, if I don't think you can post your link in here, but if you, yeah, I think I can get it and post it in here for you. Maybe on this other screen over here. Maybe if I can remember what screen is what. Where is that YouTube button? There's a YouTube button somewhere on this computer. I just got to find it. So I was watching something very interesting yesterday. Apparently, it was on YouTube. It came from the History Channel. I gotta mute this thing, or I'm gonna hit buttons, and you're gonna hear a lot of echoing. It came from a YouTube, the History Channel's YouTube channel, and apparently they are having knights, like old style knights of the Round Table type of knights. These guys battle it out with blunted weapons for a check for 10 grand, which I thought was rather interesting. There is the link to Hutch Homestead's YouTube channel. Please go over and subscribe. He only has 56 subscribers, and I'd like to see him hit 1,000 as soon as absolutely possible, because once you hit that 1,000 mark, then you can try to monetize your channel. You can do live streams. Live streams will help you monetize your channel, and we'll get to see a lot more interesting content out of Hutch. So that would be awesome. So please go over and hit that subscribe button, because, yeah, just when you do it, make sure you comment on his latest video that the gremlins are invading. You have drank too much coffee after midnight, and you've come to wreak havoc. So, yeah, that would be awesome. So they destroyed a seed shop not too far from the explosion. That's not good. Seeds are getting very hard to come by. Very, very hard to come by. I mean, and I know that you can still order them from certain places online, but there's a lot of back orders. Another gift I got, which doesn't come for 6 more weeks, is body armor. Somebody decided I really needed body armor, but it's on back order, and yeah, it won't be here until probably February. So let's just hope I don't need it until February. But it's a small one, came from AR500. Yeah, I guess that's the business, AR500, and it's about this big. So it covers vital organs. That's pretty much all it will do. So, yeah. Oh, I made Hutch blush. See, we got to see these kinds of things on a live video. I bet you we could all make him blush on a live video. You guys do it to me at least, once a week, right? At least try to. So, yeah, news. Yeah, I'm still looking at some news, and here's one I found very interesting. The CDC is requiring a negative CV test for all passengers traveling to the U.S. from the U.K. Now, my question with that is, isn't there a new strain over in the UK now? They found a completely new strain that they say the vax will help with, but I don't believe, but they're saying that. Why are they still letting anyone travel from the UK into the US or anywhere out of the UK? Why haven't they locked down any travel to and from the country at all completely? I mean, why? Or to the countries, I suppose. It's just, I don't understand. Why do, if they're so worried about it and they're going to force these shots on everybody, why do they keep Walmart open? Why do they keep all the grocery stores open? Why do they still have kids going to schools? Why? Why exactly? Shut down international travel. Period. If you're that concerned with it, maybe they're just not as concerned as they say they are. That's my thought. Maybe they just don't care. Maybe it's not as bad as they tell us it is. New strain is number 24. Yeah, number 24. What happened to 1 through 18? If these things are numbered like that and you have 19 and now we're all the way up to 24, what happened to 1 through 18? Where were those and why didn't we hear about them? Anybody got a thought on that? Because I'd like to know. I really would. Yeah, Palmetto Tower Company. I've been talking about that periodically through the live stream already. Yep, they definitely. Yeah, it was an RV. Somebody parked an RV outside of an AT&T building, and boom, 3 people injured, nobody killed so far. So yeah. I hope you get them by January 5th. Also, it took them about 2 weeks to get my shirt to me, about 2 weeks. So, with shipping the way it is, I'm not sure you'll get it by January 5th, but I will keep my fingers crossed for you. I know there is shipping options on Teespring where you can pay a whole lot more to get it there a whole lot faster, but I don't recommend it. But yeah, I don't have any control over the shipping through Teespring whatsoever. It's basically a free platform. You can upload your designs to them, and then they handle the rest. So, yeah, let's hope they handle it well. Let's hope. I had made some more Gremlins gear with the Gremlins Unite image that I had created. I actually made some wall hanging tapestries, which I plan to get one and hang it back here somewhere. I really do. I made what else did I make? Some mugs, some stickers. I think there was a couple of posters, and yeah, I definitely want to get one of those Gremlins ones and hang it right here. Just for fun. That would be awesome. So we'll see if that works out for me. I'm not really sure how much they were, to be honest with you. I just don't remember. Um, yeah, I have very little control over the pricing on Teespring. Also, I've actually considered a different platform other than Teespring. Considered. Um, my Amazon store was shut down again because they said they couldn't find where I was posting the links for the products, even though it had made a few of the sales. They couldn't find any of the links, so they shut it down. So now I have to rebuild my website so I can post the links there. Maybe I'll ask Rudy over at Alaska Prepper how he set up his Amazon storefront because I think that might be even easier. But I have a website. I had built it. It's grimsurvival.net. It is currently not online. I still use it for email accounts, but I shut it down because I did. And speaking of shutting things down, I do have a web store that is through Shopify, which is grimsurvival.store, but that store is currently costing more than it's making, so it's probably also going offline by the middle of next month because, yeah, I just can't afford it. So it's probably getting shut down also. It's got about, I'd say 3 weeks left of its current payment. So, yeah, when that runs out, it's probably going off. So, bye-bye, store. I didn't really like the store anyway. It's all drop shipping on that store, so the times for getting anything shipped varies per item. Although a couple of the items I was really impressed with, especially the reusable vacuum seal bags that don't require a vacuum seal machine. You can do it with a hand pump that comes with the 20-piece kit. That thing was really impressive. I'm still using them. I'm still using them quite a bit. I've put some leftovers in them from Thanksgiving, then threw them in the freezer and reheated them since then, and they worked out very well. Nothing freezer burnt, anything like that. I use it for some coffee just to test it. I don't really like the coffee that I put in there, but that's bags still sitting over there somewhere under my notes and yeah, some other stuff that's just piled on my desk for some odd reason. But yeah, that bag was really impressive. So I was glad I got that at least. Uh, so did they find it? You saying they found a security camera that had a view of the thing exploding this morning? Is that what we found? Because I hadn't seen that one yet. I didn't bother to look for it either. I will see if I can find any more information on it, but information from the mainstream media is sketchy on a good day, and I don't believe maybe 5% of anything they've ever said. So yeah, CNN has a video on their YouTube. They're providing an update. I don't know if it's actually going to show anything. Breaking news. They're showing the aftermath. I'll post you guys this link in the comments if you want to see what I'm looking at currently. I don't have it set up to share my screen on this particular platform, and yeah, so we'll just have to do it that way. Yeah, I can watch 2 YouTube videos at the same time. I could watch 4 technically at the same time, so that's beside the point. But yeah, they're just chatting. I'm not listening to anything they're saying. And all I'm seeing is the aftermath. I don't see a security camera from them yet. There is a lot of destruction on that particular block. Fortunately, it looks like the buildings surrounding it stopped it from, spreading too far. The explosion didn't do any damage beyond the very localized area where it went off. But in the localized area where it went off, it looks like it did a lot of damage to the buildings, to any vehicles, trees, anything around that area. So that's definitely not good. Not good. And I would expect more things of this nature to continue to happen. I really would. Yeah, if he does get in, Steely, I have very little hope for the continuation of our nation as it is. I have very little hope for it going beyond the next few years. But if he gets in, then I have zero hope whatsoever. Nations rise and fall constantly. I mean, look throughout history. The biggest one that is known is the Roman Empire and how it collapsed, and not a lot of historic information on the things leading up to the collapse of their empire. Not a lot, but basically they overextended themselves, and then they couldn't afford to, support their populations because they tried to spread too far too fast, was the general consensus of a lot of archaeologists. So I do like history. I study a lot of history, especially warrior cultures. I really like warrior cultures. The Spartans, for one, which, if you watch the movie, but the Spartans were a very interesting culture to learn about. Vikings are very interesting to learn about. Speaking of Vikings, I'm going to have Bjorn on the channel. We still haven't locked down a date yet. I'm trying to get it within next week sometime. Yeah, I'm going to interview him. If you don't know his channel, his name is Bjorn, and I'm not going to try to pronounce the rest of it, but he has over 300 some odd thousand subscribers. So I'm pretty sure everyone here is familiar with his channel. Pretty sure. If not, I'm sure you can find it. I'm sure he's a Norwegian person from Norway. And yeah, he is a Viking historian, I would say. He's also a novelist. He has written many novels, but none of them are available in English right now. If you go to his website, you can actually sign the petition over there to have all of his novels translated to English. And yeah, look up Viking cabin. That's an easy way to find him because he has built a Viking cabin. It's a really awesome cabin too. I liked watching the build. I like seeing the videos he does from within it. He's got a lot of Viking shields in there. He's got a lot of cool stuff. He has a big horn he drinks his beer out of. He's got a giant horn. I got a glass. I got an empty glass currently because I'm drinking coffee over here. But yeah, I have that on my desk because I'm trying to remember to put it in the freezer because that's what I plan to do with it. I'll see if I can get Bjorn when he's on the channel to have a beer with me because I would do that for him. I would, in my mug and maybe his horn. Maybe. We'll see. My all-time favorite Christmas movie. Well, I'd have to say Christmas Vacation. just throwing it out there, Christmas Vacation. What was it, Chevy Chase? Yeah, just saying. Oh, Sean and Hutch are going over to visit each other. That sounds like a visit I might have to show up for too. I just might have to show up. Sean, how you getting there? I'd like to know how you're getting there, man. Because yeah, bring a torch, bring a big lighter. Where is it? I know I have a Bic lighter somewhere. I always have like 4 of them sitting on my desk because I constantly losing them. Now I don't have one in my pocket or on my desk. I don't know how that happened. It was around here somewhere. Let's see. No, that's a 15 round mag. That's a knife. There's a multi tool flashlight. No, oh wait, no, it's in that pocket. There we go. I found this one again. I had lost this one for like a month. Found it in a pair of pants I hadn't worn. It's gone through the washer at least once or twice. It still works though. Good thing about Bics, you can wash them, dry them, and they still work. The only problem with these is they don't work if they get too cold. If you've ever had one of these things really cold, it will not light. You have to do this kind of thing, rub it between your hands like Mr. Miyagi, and heat it up, and then it works again. Patriot Cowgirl, Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining. See, we got about 20 minutes of this live stream. It's been a little bit random, but I have been talking about the explosion that was set off in Nashville a little bit for anybody who hasn't heard it yet. So, yeah. There was an explosion. Somebody set it off from an RV. And boom, I guess. My prison pocket? What's a prison pocket? All right, I need some explanations. What's a prison pocket? Is that like up your back end? Is that your prison pocket? Because that's the only thing I could think of. And I don't know why that popped into my head, but I don't think I wanted to know that. No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can guarantee I did not want to know that. Well, it's just, yeah, no, I'm good. Thanks, Joe. I'm trying to show those comments from both of you, Hutch and Joe. Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate that for clarification. How do you people know this? How do you know? Where did you get this information from? I mean, I got to know where you found out. I got to know because your prison pocket. That's just nasty. That's nasty. And I don't know if your lighter would still work. Wouldn't it get like clogged? Just the thoughts that are popping into my head right now, clogging the end of your lighter. That's just, you got it from Obama. Good to know. I didn't know Obama had visited such places, but it wouldn't surprise me. You're a mentor to felons, and they tell you about prison pockets. I mean, when you're mentoring people, you're supposed to get them to let that go, right? To convince them not to go back, and yeah. I'm sure you would have to wrap it. Well, how would you do that if you were in prison? How would you wrap a lighter at all? Put it in plastic. They don't give you plastic. Do they give you plastic? I don't know. I mean, I've never been, but do they give you plastic? You got to put a glove over it, okay? Yeah, the tooth is okay. I'm still taking the antibiotics. I think I got one more day of them. So, yeah, nobody's going to do anything for me currently because of a holiday and because of the antibiotics that I needed. So that's all that's going to happen. No, Joe, I'm not sticking anything in there. I guarantee you that. I won't even let a doctor stick anything in there. It's just, no, not happening. Plastic from a cig pack. Okay. Yeah, I suppose. So I assume my assumption was correct that you would need to wrap it in plastic so it doesn't get clogged. Because, yeah, that was my assumption. I'm not testing this theory. I'm not doing that as a survival skill. You will not see this featured on my channel, not one time ever. There's probably a couple of channels I could recommend that might do that, but not this one. That's not ever happening here. I won't even do a mock-up with some ballistics gel. It's just not happening in any shape, form, or way. So, no. Just, no. Blow on it? Really? Kitchen gloves, no sharp edges. Is that what we're concerned about? Not the clogging, the sharp edges? Because, yeah, I mean, that might hurt. That might hurt. A Zippo. There you go, Kevin. And it's got its own wrap then. And if you get one of those mini Zippos, you've ever seen the mini Zippos, you're good to go. What happens if you're trying to get it back out and the lid opens on your Zippo though? I mean, uh, this is just getting out of hand here. This is getting out of hand. I don't pay attention to numbers. Numbers lie. Yeah, yep. This live stream has gone completely into the gutter. We're talking about shoving lighters up people's backsides, and yeah, how did this happen? Who started this conversation? I was talking about how these things you can't keep them, use them when you get them cold, and somebody's shoving it up there. You know what, to keep them warm? I guess that's how that started. I guess. I think. I don't know. I can find other ways to keep it warm. I promise you that. All the numbers lie, not just the government numbers, all numbers lie, especially my subscriber count. I was looking at my subscriber count yesterday. Somebody had asked how many subscribers I had, so I showed them. And then I refreshed it and it was 50 less than when I showed them 5 seconds. I mean, how did that happen? Thanks, YouTube. You're so helpful. So helpful to me, YouTube. I don't think YouTube likes me very much, really. Sandy, I hope you're okay. Take a deep breath, maybe sip some coffee. Prepping 101. Yep, we were just talking about that explosion in Nashville. We've been talking about it pretty much the whole live stream, actually. And yeah, I agree. More things are about to happen, and we can definitely change the subject right now because that would be very good right now. Grimm's Christmas Challenge. Name all Santa's reindeer as fast as you can. I can't even name my kids. I mean, yeah, that's not happening. I don't know all their names. I'm bad with names. I'm very bad with names. We're lucky I can pronounce half of your names. So, yeah. Yeah, background music, depending on the music, is definitely a copyright infringement on YouTube. You got to be very careful. You can only use music that is open source music, free music, or things like that. Do not try to put the Imperial March on your YouTube videos because I learned that the hard way once. You never seen that video because they blocked it before it even went online. So, oops. Nope, I have not been watching any TV whatsoever. What's the Stand remake? What was Stand to begin with? I have no clue. I did watch the Songbird movie and the Greenland movie, both of those movies recently. I watched them both. The Songbird movie was kind of boring, to be honest with you. It was a rather boring movie. The ending was okay, but throughout the movie it was rather boring. Hello from Texas. I hope your weather's better than mine. It is very cold here today. Let me see if I can pull up the weather report on the other screen here. 13 degrees currently. High today, supposed to get to 19. We did get a dusting of snow. A dusting. We have less than a quarter inch, and yeah, I don't think it's going to hang around too much, too long anyway. Although we are getting into the time of year where we usually see more snow, but it looks like our weather on Sunday is going to be back in the 50s. So, no snow for us. That's okay. I'd prefer snow over rain personally, but Greg's channel says been hacked with possible power grid issues. That's interesting. I do read quite a bit of books. I do read a lot of books when I can. I haven't read a good book in probably about 2 months now. It's been about 2 months since I read a good book. I need to get a new book. Several people have recommended a few that I would definitely like to have. So, Prepping 101 wants my predictions on 2021. Also saw an advertisement for a movie called The Antichrist coming out in 2021. Yeah, I don't like where that's going either. I don't try to make any predictions on anything that happens in the Bible. The Bible has its own predictions in there, and it outright says in there that no man will know certain times. It says that. It says it about certain things. Now, there's some things that people may know, but I don't try to make those kinds of predictions. I just I don't see the need. As for 2021, my predictions, not good. More of the same for the first half of the year. Um, my predictions are really on hold for what happens in January for the transition, if there is a transition. If there is a transition, then my predictions are all bad. If there is not a transition, then my predictions are only about half bad because, yeah, only about half the population will be upset about it. So, probably not even half, probably about a quarter. So, yeah, let's see. Stephen King's book called The Stand about a global pandemic that kills about 98% of the population, and the devil tries to take control of the survivors. I've never heard of that. I might actually try to look that up. That would be interesting. Sean says normally they have about 2 feet of snow by now, and currently he has green grass and 3 inches of rain. That's up in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's odd weather for up north. Very odd weather. Reaper 10mm says a good book is any reloading book. Yep, but a reloading book requires reloading equipment, if I am not mistaken, and I have no reloading equipment. Unfortunately, have watched many of videos on the subject, but I was never able to afford the press or a couple of the other things that are needed for that because they're not cheap and the price just keeps going up. So, yeah. Yeah, a lot of the original material for pretty much anything was always better than the remakes. Remakes are usually really, really heavy with propaganda and just stupid. And yeah, I don't like remakes. Most remakes just are really bad, really bad. They just ruin things with remakes. Well, one key example was, well, it wasn't even a remake. It was just a continuation of the story in a more modern time, was definitely the Star Wars stories. And those new movies just were horrible. And it was not even worth watching, in my opinion. Sean, I would have to agree. He says, I think the US and Canada are going to see things no one has ever seen before. I completely agree. Whether they are good things or not, probably not. But yeah, yeah. I'm just glad we changed the subject from earlier because that was just, yeah, nasty. Some of you guys are nasty. You know that? You're nasty. So, yeah. I agree. The Mandalorian TV series has made up for those bad movies. It really is a good series if you're a Star Wars fan, in my opinion, also. But I really do like that series. James Hoggle, see you later. Christmas dinner. Yeah, Christmas dinner. Sounds good. Christmas lunch for me. But I am getting hungry, which is something I intend to take care of after the live stream. Lunch is definitely needed. For breakfast, I just had some eggs and some corned beef hash. So, yeah, that was pretty good breakfast. I like that kind of breakfast, but yeah, kids, not so much. Kids had chocolate for breakfast, but hey, they're kids, so they can have chocolate for breakfast one day a year. Sean, you might not want to say that too loudly in public chats because you might have friends of your friend in those same circles coming to find you. So I would be very careful passing out that information, but feel free to send it to me in an email. If you come up missing and I don't see you again afterward, I'll know not to share it. Hutch, your wife hasn't fed you yet? Man, that's just, man, how dare her. You should go show her the Emery King. If you know who I'm talking about, Emery King has a YouTube channel. He's somewhat of a comedian. He has a video up talking about welding her hands to, because he's talking about women that weld. And he says she needs to go weld her hands to a loaf of bread and make me a sandwich or something along those lines. So Hutch, I suggest you show her that video. I'm sure she'll love it. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Fifth House Soul. Merry Christmas for sure. I don't actually celebrate Christmas. I don't like the holiday. I really don't like it at all. But I'll get into that for anybody who follows my Bible readings. I will be still doing that. I'll be recording it a little bit later today and posting that tomorrow morning as usual. And I'm going to talk more about why I don't agree with the the Christmas holiday. And it's been a long time since I've agreed with that holiday. But that's not this video. Sausage, bacon, eggs, and pancakes. Man, that's a big old breakfast. That's a big breakfast, Hillbilly. You should share, or at least share a picture. Make us all hungry. Share with Hutch. He seems like he's a. We just got Hutch slapped. Let's see what else we can get done to him. Is she trying to find your prison pocket yet? Because when she does that, then you got to worry. Yeah, we can make a lot of jokes about the $600 stimulus check, but that's not going through. Trump blocked it. He said no. We're not giving $600 to the American people while we're giving $4,000 to illegals in the country. He said no. I can wait because he's saying he wants to give everybody $2,000 instead of $600. I agree they can afford it. If they can afford to give $100 million to somebody to go count fish in the ocean, then they could up it to $2,000 per person. I agree. So, yeah. Me too. I'll wait. For sure. Or if they don't want me to wait, I volunteer to be the guy counting fish. I'll do that for $100 million. I will see you guys in about 6 months. I will do a rough count, if you know what I mean. A very rough count. 1, 2. All right, I'm done. Lunchtime. Yeah, that's pretty much. How do you count fish in the ocean? I mean, there's got to be some specialized equipment for that, right? Fish finders. Are we going to paddle around in our kayaks with fish finders? I mean, I don't understand how that works. Yeah, $600 and 1.7 trillion off sea or overseas. They were going to pass out at least that much money to various other countries, including a lot of countries that really don't like us. That's the Democrats for you. Yeah, have $600 while we give everyone else the rest of your money. I mean, yeah, I just don't get it. I don't make New Year's resolutions, James. I really don't. I don't see the point of them. A New Year's resolution is just you putting off things you should be doing right now till later. So I don't see the point in that whatsoever. Yeah, if I do get a stimulus check, I'm going to buy a crossbow. That will be one of my prepping type things, crossbow, because I want to use it for hunting. I really do want to use it for hunting. I wouldn't use it for self-defense. I got better things for that. So, yeah, but hunting. I like the quietness of crossbows and bows opposed to making very loud booms in very rural areas. It draws attention, especially if you are in a survival situation or an SHTF situation and you're trying to hunt out of season. You don't want to be doing that with anything loud. So, yeah, wouldn't recommend doing that currently. That's not legal, but hey, to each his own. Yeah, I've been looking at a lot of reviews for crossbow, Sean. I've been looking at a lot of them, so I don't know which one to decide on. Whatever's in the budget. Some of those things can be very expensive, extremely expensive anyway. Let's see. I think the money marked for those useless studies in other countries actually going to someone in Congress or the Senate, more than likely, or Hunter Biden, just maybe. Just maybe. And the bill blocked Trump's use of insurrection acts, which he wanted or needed to use it. So yeah, they're trying just to block him. But if anybody watched the end of his speech that he made the other day, that was the best part of the whole speech. One of the best speeches he has given. He said, if this goes through, and I'm paraphrasing here or trying to remember exactly, but anyways, he says if this stimulus goes through, you're going to create a very large problem for the next administration, and who knows, that could be me. And that's what he actually said. So yeah, under the big hat, I'm hiding my head, keeping it warm. It's cold outside. I like to hide my brain showing. So yeah, things like that. All right, people are calling me probably to see what I'm doing, and I got a video I'm trying to get edited. I've got most of it recorded. I'm going to give you the sneak. Well, I'm going to tell you what it is. I recorded a video making fun of a Christmas song several weeks ago. And the video I was singing just a parody basically of a few lyrics of a Christmas song. And one of my very good friends actually suggested I do a different song after I had showed him that. And then several people in the comments actually suggested I do that very same song. So I have wrote lyrics for it. It's going to be called The 12 Days of Quarantine. Probably is going to get me banned, but I did write the lyrics for it, and I did try to record myself singing it, which I cannot stand the way it sounds at all. So I've been trying to re-record it several dozen times and get it edited. I still have a lot of editing to do, so I'm going to try to have that up later today, but not guaranteeing that. Might be up tomorrow, but yeah, whether I don't like the sound of it or not, I'm going to post it anyway. So yeah. Yeah, she is a little character. Little Grim is. She is a character for sure. I'm definitely going to have to make sure she's nice and well armed when she becomes a teenager, because that's just how that's going to be. She actually takes after, her looks take after my mother quite a bit. She looks more like my mother than she does like me or my wife. So yeah, and my parents have both passed away, so I will show you a black and white picture that I keep on my desk that's kind of dusty. But those are both my parents. I don't know if you can see it very well, but that's my mom and dad. Like I said, both of them had passed away several years back now at this point. So yeah, and the little one takes after my mom for sure. Spotify it. I don't know how to do that. I don't know. Send me an email. Tell me how that works, because I don't know. Can I sell that song? I mean, I did technically write all the lyrics myself. The background music is something I used that was free source music for the song, and that's really the problem I'm having, because the background music is a lot higher than my voice is. And yeah, I don't like it. I'm still going to put it up online. I will, but I don't like it. Anyway, like I said, we're over an hour now, and I do have, that's about, what is it? I've missed 3 calls from the same person currently. I'm about to answer it on live just for fun, but yeah, copyright it. I've looked into how to copyright certain things, so I kind of have a good idea to, Spotify makes you sound like a chipmunk. Hey, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Somebody suggested that I use a recording program called Elf Yourself. I don't know if anybody knows how to elf yourself, but somebody suggested I record it like that for the video portion. I don't know if I'm going to. I really don't know. I'll get to editing it a little bit later. But yeah, here comes call number, what is this, 4 or 5 from the exact same person. I mean, get the hint that I didn't answer the first 4 times. Oh, look, I think I got messages too. Anyway. I am going to go ahead and call it, guys. So I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. I really hope no more explosions happen. Try to have a really good holiday. Let's hope we all have a very happy New Year. Let's hope, because I think in January it could go either way still. So I think it could be a happy New Year, could be a bad New Year. But we'll find out in January. We really will. It's going to be an interesting ride either way. So yeah, what is it? Operation Warp Speed. So buckle your seatbelts, everyone. And have a very blessed day, and I'll see you guys next time.